NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the second leg of the FedEx Cup playoffs. Today it's live opening round coverage of the Deutsche Bank Championship. Always nice to be in New England at this time of year at the TPC Boston in Massachusetts. We're about 25 miles south of Beantown, and this is a really good-looking golf course, Frank.
It is. It looks much older than what it is. It was first established just at the start of the new millennium, originally designed by Arnold Palmer. But it got that older look from Gil Hanse and Brad Faxon. But also, too, you know, if you're racking up a few points out there, or score, should I say, remember Gillette Stadium, home of the Patriots, just down the road.
That should be pretty good right there, on the safe side. Can't hide the flagstick from that man.
He is just unbelievable. That never deviated offline.
Oh my gosh, that hurts.
Oh, I thought they'd at least pick up a shot. Birdie looked like a sitter. Now at par.
Steady, solid, and at 1 under par right now. Frank, the 12th looks to be a pretty straightforward par 4.
Just bends to the left. There's a big sort of crop of mounds on that right side. If you can just go a little left of those, you get a nice kick forward.
Right where they were aiming, in the fairway. Second shot, good look at the green. That is how it's done right there. What an approach shot. This one just requires a little bit of focus.
Well, that one's got a stink. There's a good stroke.
Has his par. Action flying all over the place. Let's get down now to the 13th. Just a mediocre first round up to this point from our featured golfer. Frank, what are some keys to making something happen down the stretch?
Well, if this is the worst score that they shoot all week, I think that's one of the keys, because this is a position to vault forward from.
Well, he pays a price for that.
Yeah, when you don't see the top of the ball in the rough, you know it's not sitting pretty. You'll need a bit of force to extract one out of there.
So missed the fairway, and now he's back where he needs to be.
Yeah, minimize the problems.
Slight waggle, relaxed arms, ready to go. Frank, the FedEx Cup playoffs have become so big, so important, and TPC Boston hosting one of those playoff events.
And a chance to get some momentum, too. You've just come off Barclays, so if you can start to string together a couple of good weeks in a row, you'll more than guarantee a start at the Tour Championship.
Not a gimme, but well within his range. Good stroke right there. That's a par, and stays. Frank, at the 14th down, anytime you get a par 4 that is almost 500 yards, it gets your attention.
It does play downhill, though, so you don't have to smash away here. It's better if you can get something moving a little right to left. Then it will take the natural slope. You get a little more yardage out of it that way. Oh, that's it. New member of the 300-yard club.
Good poke right there. Nice position, short grass, second shot. Crucial eagle attempt on the way. Might want to check the GPS on a putt this long. Just had a bit of a spasm right there. I don't know how else to explain it. You're on the green, and now you're on the fringe? Just a tap in to finish the hole. That is a solid par putt. Now with the par 4 15th, what do you think of this hole, Frank?
I love the strategy involved here. It's not just necessarily a driver off the tee. Smart play often comes on top here because it's a second shot hole.
Good tee shot, good lie, and now a good chance to take advantage here on this hole. This one will play a little bit longer. It's up the hill to that green.
Well, there's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
Didn't knock down the flagstick, but he still has a chance.
21 steps, or should I say feet.
Getting set now over the putt. That had to really hurt, Frank, because it looked good all the way.
Well, this will test his mettle.
That's good work right there. Just a tap in. These putts keep the round together. Struggling a bit with the flat stick, and a drop shot here at the 15th hole. Just a couple of feet. So with that, the score is now at even par. Well, that about wraps things up for us here today. I'd like to thank my partner, Frank Nobilo. Enjoyed it, Frank.
Certainly did, Rich. Once again, the golf course provided more than a stern test.
And for the entire team, I'm Rich Lerner. Until next time. NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the second leg of the FedEx Cup playoffs. Today it's live second round coverage of the Deutsche Bank Championship. Beautiful day here at the TPC Boston in Norton, Massachusetts. This is the site of the Deutsche Bank Championship, part of the FedEx Cup playoffs. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo.
And a fun golf course in front of us today too, really carved out of this wonderful New England landscape. 92 bunkers adorn the golf course, and well, we are in New England, so you'd expect a little bit of weather. We might get a little bit of rain, maybe a little bit of wind, but golf course built and certainly plays well in any condition. What a great shot.
Oh, this looks good.
Certainly is.
Well, this is the kind of wind that separates the great players from the average players. You really have to be strong to handle these kinds of winds. Offline, and I think that one's headed for the rough. Now, a bit unfortunate in the bunker, Frank.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what his bunker play's like.
Great professionals, Frank, they don't fear the green side bunker shot, do they?
No, because you can be as aggressive or as conservative as you want. You actually have far more options. And you don't have to hit the ball first.
Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. That is a painful miss right there. And a bogey, drop shot here at the 13th. And he's putting for bogey now. So that's a bogey, and now to 1 over par for the tournament. Back here at the par 4 14th, ready to tee off. This is a big dog leg to the left, 495-yard hole, Frank.
Yeah, don't try and hug that left side too much. There's a bunch of little mounds, and the chances of getting a good lie there, next to none.
He moved that one out there, but he is not going to like the lie.
That moved down in the rough.
Well, certainly playable from here. Ball is in the first cut, not too bad. Frank made this hole just a little bit harder hitting it into the rough.
I would say a lot harder.
Frank, this is where the mental game really comes into play. You've hit a second consecutive shot into the rough.
This could compound very, very quickly, so now's a chance to just take a little breath, take a breather, and try to make sure this shot certainly gets out.
Made par yesterday, this one for birdie. You get the sense now with that birdie that our young star, so explosive, is setting himself up for a big weekend run. Settled over the ball here at the 15th, 421 yards on this par 4.
Uphill, you can see everything that you have to avoid. Find the green grass in between.
But this could be really good, Frank.
Oh, straight at it.
That one is in the fairway, down there about 290 yards. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Not enough on that one.
Yeah, just seemed to baby it.
And he's made it onto the green now. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Frank, that's a par, and onward we go. Frank, here at the 16th, you really see this sort of New England character, don't you?
Yeah, that stone wall now protects that sort of two-tiered green. And it sort of showcases the golf course. It just fits in beautifully with what Hans and Faxon have done to the golf course.
Good looking shot right here. That's good stuff right there. Wonderful approach, and now a really good look at birdie. Bogey here yesterday, chance to better that today. Oh man.
Just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. So a tester from 4 feet. in for par. Frank, the 17th here at TPC Boston underwent quite a radical change.
Yeah, that renovation and that redesign that they did, it changed the character of the hole, but they still kept that big mound in the middle of the green. So that second shot is still punishing if you misjudge it.
And players nursing a lead, they might want to think about playing it safe down the right side, but if you're trying to make up some ground, you could try to fly the church pews that divide the fairway into two sections, and that would give you a nice short wedge in.
Yeah, give you a short wedge in, but really the risk, is it worth it?
Wow, Frank, he did well just to get it on the green from that lie.
I didn't think that was doable.
See if he can go one better than yesterday when he made par. This putt for birdie. Well, that would have been a bonus had it gone in, but still, reasonable chance for par here.
Yeah, there's no damage. You're not going to birdie every hole.
Wow, he got robbed, Frank.
No, it's like kissing your mother-in-law.
Frank, nothing really went the player's way this week.
Yeah, if this was motor racing, you'd say it's a case of having 4 flat tires.
Frank, the 18th here at TPC Boston, for whatever reason, generates quite a bit of buzz, doesn't it?
It does. The longer hitters, obviously, they lick their chops. They're having a chance to make this green in two. But if you find one of the fairway bunkers, the addition of that pot bunker for the layup, that just makes that decision that much more difficult.
Second shot coming up here at the par 5. Third shot, looking for a good one. Safely aboard. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Frank well off the pace, but the true professionals, they keep digging, trying to get better. Don't forget third round coverage coming your way tomorrow on EA Sports. For Frank Nobilo, I'm Rich Lerner, saying so long for now. NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the second leg of the FedEx Cup playoffs. Today, it's live third round coverage of the Deutsche Bank Championship. Ball's teed up at the par 4 13th.
And you want to keep that ball in the air as much as you can. Carry that air on the left side. That's a big tee shot, somewhere in that sort of 300-yard mark.
Well, that was a beautiful drive, Frank. Really good position to take advantage.
Sitting up beautifully in the fairway.
Set for his next shot from a good position in the fairway. This is just a superb performance. Great round to this point, Frank, and you can really see that reflected in his mood today.
Yeah, it just looks too easy. Swinging the club beautifully. Ball's going exactly where he wants it to. He's not trying to take too many risks. So consequently, he's getting birdie opportunity after birdie opportunity.
Frank, just into that first cut.
Yeah, it's sitting up. Really, this isn't too bad a situation. Well, it's a big green. Just managed to get it smack bang in the middle of it.
Different day, different hole. Made bogey yesterday. He'll do better this time, it looks like. Good effort and good par putt. Frank, the 14th, a shortish 495-yard hole.
Only because it's downhill. If you can get that ball running down the fairway, then it certainly sets up a good second shot into this stout par 4. Well, where this ball's going, there's no fairway there, only rough.
Second shot coming out of the rough here. Sit down, get down.
Oh, this is going.
Well, that one didn't work out. Didn't look bad in the air. It hit the green, but didn't sit.
Yeah, it was never going to stop.
Frank, you always talk about it not compounding the error, but here again, another shot from the rough.
Yeah, if you try again.
And getting ready for the putt. Well done. Now at the par 4 15th, what do you think of this hole, Frank?
Oh, I love the strategy involved here. It's not just necessarily a driver off the tee. Smart play often comes on top here because it's a second shot hole.
Always so nice, Frank, when that gleaming white golf ball is sitting up on those emerald fairways, the way this one is.
The game almost appears easy when one is playing their second shot from the middle of the fairway, and you quickly forget how difficult it can be. You look left or right, game becomes much harder.
He's knocked it on the green, but not in a great position. This is a difficult chance coming up here. Long birdie try. Birdie here yesterday, trying to do it again today. Just misses. That was not a very good read right there. Just 5 feet left.
No, that's a shot gone forever.
Well, not going to make par here. He needs this to only give up one. And he makes it for a bogey here. Frank, I don't think they've come up yet with an EA Sports bass fishing challenge, and this wouldn't be the time to do it, would it? 16th hole.
We might see a few people fishing for their golf ball, though. Big mound in the middle of this green. You don't have to go directly at the flag when it's on the left. You can use that mound to kick the ball around.
Ooh, nice play right there. That's in pretty close. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. So with that birdie, moves to 1 under for the tournament. Frank almost at the house, but still some work to do. 412-yard par 4 17th.
Yeah, just poke something down that right side. Really, it's the second shot. You've got to worry about that big mound in the middle of the green.
Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up. It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is.
So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. See if he does it here.
Okay, good shot on the dance floor. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Okay, no problem with that one. Frank, the par 5 18th here at TPC Boston. This is a chance to be a hero.
Oh, there is. The mere mortals play it down the left side. Everything slopes from left to right. But that bunker with a puff of breeze behind, if you can carry that, you are one of the longest hitters around.
Good tee shot right in the short grass. And now the second shot here at this par 5. Frank, there's fairway, there's rough, and then there's mulch. Frank, this is where a golfer's mind is really tested here after hitting one out of bounds.
Well, on the though, Rich, you know what you've done wrong. So erase it. Time to put a good swing on it.
Now playing 4 after going OB on that previous shot. Coming out of the rough and right up next to the hole. Little redemption chance here, had bogey yesterday. And that's in for a par. Frank, you've been there at so many tournaments around the world. 1 round to go, a chance to win. What's that feeling like?
Oh, this is the fun part, knowing whether or not your body can handle the situation. You got to push it to the limit, but that's what sport and golf is all about. Trying to do something that you've dreamed of for so long.
NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the second leg of the FedEx Cup playoffs. Today, it's live final round coverage of the Deutsche Bank Championship.
Second shot.
Headed for the bunker, I think. He just missed the bunker. Par yesterday, now for birdie.
That was a good run at it, Rich.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Frank, that's a par, and onward we go. Back here at the par 4 14th, ready to tee off. This is a big dog leg to the left, 495-yard hole, Frank.
Yeah, don't try and hug that left side too much. There's a bunch of little mounds, and the chances of getting a good lie there, next to none.
Okay, the second shot now at this par 5.
That's an absolute beauty.
Chance to get it close here. Playing a par 5, Frank, what happened on that third shot?
Yeah, it was a poor decision. But well, hopefully he can eradicate that from the memory banks and really knuckle down on this. Do not want to drop a shot or make 6 here.
And he's made it onto the green now. Good, solid par right there. Frank, after a couple of par 4s where you just sort of let it go with the driver, different strategy here at the 15th?
Yeah, you don't want to get carried away here. This is one where just a nice smooth swing, get that ball in the fairway. And that second shot, you've got to carry that false front.
They'll pay a little bit of a price for missing the fairway here because from that rough, you cannot control the spin on the golf ball. Second shot coming out of the rough here. Well, this one should be safely on deck here. Boy, I'm reminded of what an old caddy used to say about the great Lanny Watkins when he was on fire. You can't hide the flagstick from that man. So close. Came to the putt, excited to make birdie. Now, settle for par.
Yeah, a little change in the attitude right now. You've let one go. You've got to really knuckle down there and make sure you don't drop a shot. It's important that this one goes in.
You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
Here we are at the 16th now, looking at just over 160 yards.
You can sense the fear, can't you? Hazard.
Maybe wet. Just averted danger right there. So close.
Why does he have all the luck?
Bogey here yesterday, chance to better that today. Doing what needs to be done. You need to make them from that distance. Just 2 holes left to play here at TPC Boston. Frank, we're on to the 17th, and what can you tell me about this 412-yard par 4?
It looks like a dogleg left, but you don't play it that way. Hit it straight down towards that bunker on the right side. Then the second shot's downhill.
That's a bit offline in the rough. Ball sitting down here in the rough. He's digging in. On the green, Frank, but might need a pair of binoculars to see the hole.
You're a long way from the band. You can barely hear the music from that far away.
That's a head scratcher. No other way to put it. That close to the green and misses it badly to the right. Well, how do you like that? He's holed it. Just a phenomenal play right there. Frank, 412 yards on the card doesn't look like a whole lot, but
You can play a little longer because really you've got to play it down the right. Don't play it as a dogleg. Just go point A and then point B.
that appeared to be a good strike right there, Frank.
Oh, good. It's just towering. Look at that hanging in the sky.
That one is in the fairway, down there about 290 yards. Second from an excellent lie. Safely aboard. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. That's good work right there. Just a tap-in. Made par yesterday. This one for birdie. Just singes the edge, Frank.
Yeah, but at least he's burning the edges. You know you're hitting good putts.
Nudge this one home, finish it up. Did the job right there. That'll put a wrap on our final round coverage for all of us at EA Sports. I'm Rich Lerner. We'll see you next time.